Hey everybody, welcome back to X's4 Podcast. This is the Daily X, where we bring you news, discussions, and information about your favorite Marvel comics, most notably the X-Men. I'm Nico, and you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at NicoAction. That's NicoAction. And today we have a special one for you. Longtime contributor Josh and his kids read comics together, which is kind of the dream. And so today, Josh is bringing us a little bit more about what he and his niños have been reading lately. It's super exciting to get to bring you this family aspect of X's4 Podcast that's such an intrinsic part of who we are as a team. We hope you guys enjoy, and if you guys like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you guys soon.
Hey everybody, welcome back to X's4 Podcast. This is the Daily X, where we discuss the adventures of comics' marvelous mutants through their monthly titles. I'm Josh Weil. You can find me online at Asleep at the Wheel on Twitter, Asleep at the WEIL, and at asleepatthewheel.com. And for the next 2 years as the Progressive Democrat running for U.S. Senate, you can find me across social media at Wheel4 U.S. Senate and at joshwheel.org. We're going to do something a little different today, and with me, I have two other wheels. To my left here is my older boy, David. Say hi.
Hi.
How old are you, David?
8.
And to my right is my younger boy, Alexander. Say hi, Alexander. How old are you?
6.
And today, since y'all already know what those of us at X's4 Podcast are reading on a regular basis, we're going to do a little skip and see what my niños are reading. So, these are some of the comics and titles that they like the most. Where do we get our comics, boys?
Barnes & Noble?
No. We don't ever buy comics at Barnes & Noble.
I know where we...
The Collective.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I just forgot the name.
We get our comics at the Collective in Altamont Springs, Florida. And some of the titles that my boys like the most include... What's our first one?
Plants vs. Zombies.
Plants vs. Zombies, which is written by Dark Horse Publishing. We've got about 10 of the 16 right now, and I think 1 or 2 more on order from our LCS.
1, 2, 3,
They're by Dark Horse Publishing.
6, 7, 8, 9.
And these are all written by Paul Tobin with a variety of artists across them.
Yep, we have 10.
Alright, and this is a series. So how does this book relate to the game, Plants vs. Zombies? Is it anything like the game?
A bit.
What's it about?
It has a lot of plants fighting zombies, and that's the part that's like the game.
So that's some truth in advertising. Is it scary? Is it funny? Is it
Mostly funny. It's very funny.
very funny? Do you
It's
like
funny.
it?
I
I like it.
You both have read all 10 of these, right?
Yep.
Which
I've
is your
read all
favorite?
10. Out of these, I'd have to say maybe Multi-Ballistic, maybe Rumble at Lake Gumbo.
That's
I have a couple favorites.
Multi-ballistic or
And then Rumble at Lake Gumbo Dynamite.
Rumble at Lake Gumbo. And
Dynamite.
That one has dinosaurs as well.
Which is my favorite.
So plants, zombies, and dinosaurs. What's the main character? Isn't there a crazy guy in this that's like the main character?
Crazy Dave.
Crazy Dave. And then there are kids with Crazy Dave.
Cactus and Nate.
And they're on the side. Who are the good guys? The plants or the zombies?
Plants.
Plants are good, zombies are bad.
Yes.
Why would zombies be good?
Zombies don't even have any brains,
I
quite
haven't read these.
literally.
But you guys like reading these. I know for me as the daddy, I love that these come in this really cool hardcover digest size that you guys can bang around and throw around and they don't get ripped or torn up. They stay pretty nice. They have beautiful kind of spines, so when they sit on the shelf, they all sit together nicely. And they're only $9.99 each, which is great when we're talking about the cost of hardcovers. So, Plants vs. Zombies is a big win, right? You boys love this series?
Yeah.
And that's by Dark Horse Publishing. What's the next one we're going to talk about?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog by IDW. Now, I think everything we have was written by Ian Flynn with a variety of artists across the trades. They have the first 8 trades are out, I believe.
And we have a special
ninth
behind
one
the scenes
coming
in this
soon.
thing. And we have a special behind the scenes.
Yes,
thing.
and there was a special called Bad Guys, which focuses more truth in advertising on the bad guys. But so 8 of these. Now, I read the first 2 with the boys.
I read
and
1 through 8.
Did you read 1 through 8?
No.
You read all of them.
I don't think he read 7 or 8 the whole thing.
Who are your favorite characters in Sonic?
My favorite characters
Hold on, let Alexander go.
Is Tails.
Tails is in these.
Everyone likes Tails.
Everyone likes Tails.
Shadow.
Shadow's in these.
And Hole.
Amy?
Cream.
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 There's a lot, I don't know all the
And-
characters.
There's a lot of...
There's a lot of characters.
And
Can we show them the cover? There's a lot of characters.
Yeah, that's why I chose book 8 too.
This, I believe, is the end of Ian Flynn's run.
wait, and David, that one.
Oh, cheese.
Cheese and
Cheese.
chocolate.
There's a character named Cheese.
And chocolate.
It's chocolate. Those are just the little Wispons.
This is very kid-friendly.
Uh-huh.
Now, the one thing that's not kid-friendly at the beginning of this, and this is something I was disappointed in, is that Ian Flynn had been the writer on Sonic the Hedgehog back when it was with Archie Comics. And so when IDW got the rights and started over at number 1, they really plugged this as like a whole fresh start, ready for anyone to jump in. But Ian Flynn didn't really go along with that. So basically when you're starting on issue 1, it feels like you're starting on like issue 72, like 2/3 of the way through a writer's run on a title. Because you are. But the good thing about kids is that, like, they don't notice or care. They'll just jump into a story absolutely anywhere and get going. And they have read these first 4 at least, like, a dozen times.
I've read
They've
all
read
8 at least
These
twice.
first 4 have taken a beating. And they have read them over and over again. Now, these Sonic trades are $15.99 each, which is about standard price, except they're only 4 issues each. They come out every 4 issues, so they're actually the same price, if not a little more expensive than buying the single issues. But when you're dealing with Niños, single issues, not the best format. Trade paperbacks, at the very least, are much nicer. And now this third one,
It's one that we both enjoy. It's very, very funny.
this is one we haven't been able to get at our LCS, but it is his absolute favorite.
It has lots of physical comedy.
It has lots of physical comedy. What's it called?
Bunny versus Monkey.
Bunny vs. Monkey is written and drawn by Jamie Smart, who's a British author, and these are available through Scholastic. We have the first 3, although God only knows where number 3 is. We ain't seen number 3 in a minute. We have lots of books. But these, you can tell by the beating they have taken, are fan favorites. And I know my little guy has probably read this at least 20 times. Tell me something that happens in Bunny vs. Monkey. What's your favorite, funniest thing?
One of my favorites is when he says,
And one who says,
Pig says, la la la, cooking village 4 pie, la la la, I poked one in my eye.
He pokes something in his eye.
it's a berry.
So, reading off the back of this, a team of scientists has sent a monkey into space, and good thing too, because he's a mean, selfish, noisy little fur bag.
And he didn't even go to space, he only got sent over the hill.
But he thinks he's in another planet.
But it all does not go well with the flight, and Monkey's spaceship barely clears the first hilltop before crash landing in Bunny's peaceful forest home. Monkey decides it's a new world and claims it for his own. Get ready for Chicken Zeppelins, the Pigatron 5000, the indestructible Action Beaver, a squirrel with a passion for baking, and lots more.
And Flogosaurus.
Monkey's like an evil genius, right?
Yeah,
No.
except he's a crazy monkey.
Skunky.
Skunky's an evil genius. There's a Skunky
Skunky's
as
the
well.
evil genius. Monkey just hires him. Monkey just makes him do stuff.
And Skunky has to keep him away from the Doomsday device.
There's a Doomsday device, obviously.
That's
That's one of my favorites.
Yes, Conquer Bonkers is my favorite. I
They
like Conquer.
absolutely love these. These are available by Scholastic, and they are priced at $7.99 each.
And there are 7 of them.
And then one of my favorites, this we only have one book of.
Ah, yes. So a
Also
little bonus.
Bloodstone.
Now, we covered this, and we had an interview on X's for Podcast recently with the author Kath Loria. And after hearing about how monster-tastic Elsa Bloodstone Bequest was, my monster lover here
Me?
had to read it.
Yes.
And so he recently finished Elsa Bloodstone Bequest. Tell me about it. What did you think?
I thought it was great. Lots of monster fighting, lots of monsters, trapdoors, traps.
Now, we don't want to give away the spoiler. We don't want to tell them who the bad guy was. But tell me about some of the other characters, right? Like, there's Elsa's sister.
Yeah, she has a half sister who's actually a vampire.
That must be crazy for Elsa being a monster hunter,
Actually-
that her sister's a monster. Is that weird for her?
Yeah! Except it kind of like family, so it gets a bit complicated.
She still loves her sister even though her sister's a monster? Is that like you? Do you still love your brother even if he's a monster sometimes?
Maybe.
Then there's the monster.
But so Elsa Bloodstone Bequest was a good book,
Yep, I loved it.
and it had lots of monsters.
Mm-hmm.
It had dinosaurs?
No.
No dinosaurs.
But it
You can
did
tell
have,
who didn't read Elsa
it did
Bloodstone
have
Bequest yet.
hybrid. It did have hybrid animals.
It had hybrids? Hybrids are cool.
It had a bee lion, a sharkadile,
lion.
and those are and those are the only two I heard about. Bee lion and a sharkadile.
Very cool. So, again, this is part of the Marvel Heroines line by Aconite Publishing. You can find these wherever good books are sold. $16.95 MSRP in the United States, $22.95 in Canada, and 8.99, what I'm going to assume are euros, in the United of Kingdoms. Any last words?
Also, Bloodstone Bequest was awesome. Good book. I'd recommend it for any children like me who love monsters.
Any last words?
Not about this book. I read it.
No.
This is my book.
Okay. So then you know what we say at the end?
What?
Back to you, Nico.
Back to you, Nico.
Hey guys, if you like that cut from X's for Podcast, you'll be sure to like some of our other materials. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out these other amazing videos here at X's for Podcast.